In this little video, we'll see how to create an AI citation and how to paste it and format it into a Word document. Let's start by getting the AI citation, getting the AI chat. Just to save time, I already did it. You don't need to watch me type it. And if you go up here, I'm using codebreakeredu.com/chat. We'll need that in just a second. And here's a citation that I typed, a prompt that I typed. If I zoomed out a little bit, you could probably see it. And it answered. I'm going to just pause and let you pause the screen and read it if you'd like to. And then I'll scroll down once more. So here's your little pause. And then we'll go down and finish the answer. And then since I know you need to know who the publisher is, I ask it and it's a, yeah, whatever. Having finished that part, now we're going to go to get NoodleTools Express open. Why? Because that's one where you don't have to have the rules memorized. Let's pretend you don't know that you can go to the library website and in Citation Tools it comes up with NoodleTools Express. We'll pretend you don't know that. You do have to remember that NoodleTools is one word, although it would probably work if you didn't, if you put a space in there. NoodleTools Express, and voila, here we have it. The first thing when you open it is you'll have to choose which style to use. Unless your teacher told you otherwise, it will be MLA. And then you have to have a citation type. Here are some categories: commonly cited, periodicals, which means publications that come out on a regular basis, monthly, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. And these are non-periodicals, so they don't come out that way. Certain categories of books. And there is the one we want, electronic online exclusively. And the first option is AI response/output. We will click that. And then we can click create citation. Now we'll create the citation. When we get to this page, I did it for you so you don't have to watch me do it. I went over to the chat and clicked up on the URL address, did Control C to copy, flipped back over to my NoodleTools, clicked and did Control V to paste. And today's the day where, oops, I missed I thought I had that there. It's Halloween. Oh, it's trying to be, you know what? It's doing trick or treat on me, isn't it? Boy, oh boy. There. Must be this database is set so that you may not type, you must only click. There are some that are like that. As for the prompt, I didn't mention that to you, I had put these all on separate lines in the original prompt, but it turned it into this. Fine, no problem. I copied the whole thing and pasted it here. There is some discussion, and I think this will change. The current rule is that you put the whole prompt in there. I don't think that's going to stay in this format very long, but as of today, that's what it is. Sometimes it makes for a really long citation. This is not a follow-up, and this is not a creative text like a poem or a short story. The name of the tool is Codebreaker EDU. The publisher, you have to go look and see. Sometimes it's not the same as a platform, it's Codebreaker EDU. And some, like ChatGPT, it has versions, but this one does not. If there is no version, you have to go look. Sorry, you have to go look. And it doesn't always know whether it has versions and who its own publisher is. Go figure. Anyway, so I put today's date and then I'm going to save it. Once I save it, it gives me a citation. Let's skip to another section here. Hold on. We're going to copy the result and paste it into Word next. I will click and drag. Don't get the hollow pointer, get the I-beam cursor. We'll click and drag, or you could triple click on the paragraph, right click and Control C to copy or whatever. Control C to copy, come back to our Word document that I happen to have already opened. And really, you're going to need the show hide key, which is right here in the downloaded version. In the online version, it's not exactly there, but it's not too far away. I think it's in the more menus over on the right-hand side. I think it's where you find it if you're in the paragraph group, as I recall. Anyway, right click, paste. Now I'm just going to paste, and I'm going to use the destination formatting rather than the source formatting. It's just a different font in this case. Okay. Now notice that it isn't nice and pretty anymore like it was. And what we want is to have the first line. Let me hop back over there. You want the first line to be at the left margin and the subsequent lines to be indented. So we have to do that. So I'm going to start, you start anywhere you want, but click at the end of the line and look down on your keyboard. It's not the backspace, it's the delete key. It's in that set of 6. Press the delete key. It moves things from the right and deletes them. And now this was mistakenly formatted, so I have 5 space bars in order to make it look like an indentation. Come to the end of this line, press the delete key again, plus 5 more spaces. 4, 5. Now I'm on the next line, and I have one extra enter key. That one I'll click on it and press the backspace so I'm up on this line. Good. Now I'll triple click to select the whole paragraph. 1, 2, 3. Do you want to do it by another method? Sure, fine, whatever. There are 2 ways to create a hanging indent. The first way is in the paragraph group. In this paragraph settings, itty bitty little arrow. You see it? Okay. Little bitty itty bitty arrow. We want an indentation, not a regular move the whole left margin, right margin, but a special indentation of what type, hanging, and by how much. It's a 0.5. That's what it always is. And we'll go down and click OK. Ta-da, done. Now, if I try to sort this later, the whole thing will sort correctly, whereas with all the enter keys, it would not have sorted correctly. And if the margins were different, you'd have these 5 spaces in the middle of everything. What a mess. Okay, let me do Control Z to undo. Let's do it one more time. This time, I'm going to go up to the ruler bar, and if you don't know this yet, look at this house. It has a first floor and a second floor and a chimney. For a hanging indent, we are going to leave the chimney where it is and uh, uh, um, grab the second floor of the house and drag it to the right halfway to the number 1 mark. Halfway is a half an inch. That's the first big mark. So you watch me get my mouse in the right place. That's the big trick. And it will tell me by that little tooltip, you see? And it's a tiny itty bitty little movement. And click and drag to the right. And I'm dragging the first floor of the house. I'm dragging the second floor of the house. The first floor of the house comes with it. And I have my hanging indent format. Ta-da! So it doesn't matter which method you use. And then you would click at the end, press the enter key, and you're ready for the next one.